Have you found yourself flinching at every text notification every time his phone dings, even though it's harmless? Do you feel like you're constantly on edge, unable to relax, like your body is trapped in a war zone while everyone else around you feels fine? Or have you questioned your sanity, wondering why you just can't move on, though the affair is finally over? Beautiful, if you answered yes to any of these, you're not crazy and you're not alone. Before we dive in, this is your last chance, beautiful. The last chance for registration for my Roadmap to Recovery 6-month group coaching program. Yes, we launched July 7th. We opened the doors, we had our lunch, and we are within that welcome week, so it's not too late. I've extended registration through July 15th. After that, the doors close. We're not going to have another group coaching program open until January of 2026. What? Don't wait another year, beautiful. This is your time to start taking the necessary steps to finally heal from the devastation of his betrayal. What are you waiting for? Go below in the show notes, click on Roadmap to Recovery, grab your spot while you still can. Hey, beautiful. Are you done with the pain, devastation, and overwhelm that marital betrayal has thrown at you? And you need a real roadmap to recovery. And you also desire to heal God's way. Well, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Lisa, a betrayal, trauma, and infidelity recovery specialist who went from being crushed and humiliated by my own husband's affair to a global sought-after recovery specialist, helping Christian women and couples just like you heal and recover from the devastation of marital betrayal, all while doing it God's way. Are you ready to dive in? I know I am. So, grab your favorite latte, maybe a glass of wine, snuggle up with your favorite blanket on the couch, and let's focus on you right now. Let's do this, beautiful. Welcome back to the show. Today I am having a conversation with you, one that I wish no woman ever had to hear, but I know too many of you need it. So let me ask you a couple of questions. Have you ever flinched when your spouse just walked into the room? Because you're unsure if you're safe emotionally or mentally. You're waiting for the shoe to drop, so to speak. Or are you having nightmares or flashbacks that take you back to the day you discovered his affair? Or maybe you're exhausted from trying to function normally while your body feels like it's in a constant state of alarm. Well, beautiful, you're not overreacting. You're not being dramatic. What you're experiencing may just be something called post-traumatic stress disorder caused by betrayal trauma. And research confirms you're not alone. Today, we're going to dive deep into what the science now says about PTSD after infidelity, how betrayal trauma hijacks your past, your present, and your future, and what to do if this is your story. And I already told you in the opening, we've got some time-sensitive invitations here because I've extended my registration to the Roadmap to Recovery group coaching program through July 15th. And after that, the doors close until January of 2026. So take a deep breath, beautiful. You're in a safe space now. You're going to learn some things today that's just the tip of the iceberg of what you'll learn inside of that group coaching program. So now that you are safe, grab your favorite latte, your notebook, your pen, everything that you need to focus on you, and let's dive in. So, what does the research say about PTSD and betrayal trauma? Well, according to a 2023 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Traumatic Stress, it says betrayal trauma, especially from a spouse or a romantic partner, can lead to clinical PTSD at rates, hear me out on this, at rates comparable to those seen in survivors of combat, assault, and natural disasters. Let's just take a moment and just think about that. That's mind-boggling. And you wonder why you've been feeling the way you've been feeling. Dr. Jennifer Freud, she's the very first one who coined the term betrayal trauma. She explains that when a person who hurts you is also the person you depend on for safety, security, stability, support, and survival, well, your brain can't reconcile the danger that they've now inflicted upon you. So instead, it adapts, often in ways that look like hypervigilance. Now, this is where you're constantly scanning for additional threats. So if you're scanning your environment, waiting on the shoe to drop, waiting for him to give you more drip disclosure, waiting to find out there's another affair, or waiting to find out he's had a relapse with his sexual addiction, what have you, that is called hypervigilance. Or maybe for you, it's memory fragmentation. Now, this is where you start to forget parts of your story, or you're questioning your own reality. Now, this is a survival thing. Totally understand that. But it can make you feel like you're going crazy. Then there's somatic distress. This is things like chronic fatigue, unexplained fatigue. You're like sleeping, 16, 18 hours a day, getting up, and you're completely exhausted. Maybe it's stomach pain. You're having gut issues, tightness in your chest, and it's unexplained. You've gone to the doctor. They've done all the tests, but, well, there's really nothing wrong with you. It's unexplained, right? Or maybe it's emotional flooding or numbing. This is where you're either feeling everything or you're feeling nothing at all. You're flooded by all the emotions. It's like a tidal wave. You feel overwhelmed and you just don't know what to do about it. Or you've shut down completely and you're like, man, I can't cry. I can't laugh. I can't feel a thing. Well, betrayal trauma is relational trauma. And when it hits, it doesn't just affect your mind. It rewires your whole nervous system and embeds trauma deep in your body. So let's look at how betrayal trauma actually hijacks your reality. PTSD after betrayal just doesn't live in your thoughts, beautiful. It actually lives in your whole body. So let's first look at your past. How does it affect your past? Well, now you start to doubt all of your memories. Were they even real? Was there any truth inside of my marriage the whole time? What about when we were dating? Was he looking at porn during that time? Was he having other affairs in the past that I didn't know about? What was really going on at our daughter's first birthday? Was our marriage ever real? Was I blind? Was it all a lie? This collapse of narrative is what researchers call reality fragmentation. This is where your past has been obliterated, you don't know what's real, and you don't know what's a lie. And it absolutely just causes havoc inside of your brain and your body. Then there's the present. Yes, betrayal trauma hijacks your present. You're actually constantly on edge. Triggers flood your brain with cortisol and adrenaline. Even something as simple as a phone buzzer, that ding going off, or maybe a cologne scent, a song, it can send your body into a trauma response. Then you start questioning your present. Like, what is happening to me? What is going to happen to us today? Like, in the next moment, you look at your present and it's like it's not even real. Then it also affects your future. The trauma distorts your ability to dream or to trust. You think things like, how can I ever rebuild? What if I'm betrayed again? Do we even have a future? What's going to happen to me next month, next year, 10 years from now? Your body begins to believe the world and everything in it is unsafe. But here's what the research and God's Word, let's not forget that, wants you to know. Your brain and your body and your spirit can heal. Yes, it can, beautiful. Now, I want to give you 3 research back steps that you can take right now to begin your healing journey. I don't want you waiting. I want to give you something you can step into, and then we can talk about going deeper inside of my 6-month group coaching program. These are things that I teach you there, but I definitely want to give you something tangible today. So the first thing is get a name for it. Okay? Get a name for it. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, and I know if you're in the betrayal trauma space, you've heard of that title. He reminds us, quote, "The first step to healing trauma is recognizing it as trauma," end quote. Okay, I'm going to say that once again because that quote is definitely worth repeating. The first step to healing trauma is recognizing it as trauma. A lot of people are going to tell you, this thing called betrayal trauma, that's not real. But beautiful, it is real, and it's actual trauma. You are in trauma. So stop spiritualizing it. Stop minimizing what happened. Okay, don't let anybody else do that to you. Stop them in their tracks. You're not just heartbroken. That's not what's going on here. You're actually trauma impacted. Okay? This trauma has impacted your life in every area at a deep level. Validating that is the beginning of healing. Inside of my program, I actually call it the stage where we acknowledge and accept. We have to come face to face with this monster called betrayal trauma. We have to call it by name. We have to acknowledge it for what it is and accept the fact that that's what we are battling against. All right, here's number 2. Regulate your nervous system daily. Studies now show us that trauma healing must be bottom up, meaning you work with your body first, not just the thoughts. Your thoughts are haywire, right? And if your body doesn't feel safe, it's going to be hard for you to get your thought process under control. So try somatic grounding practices, kind of like bilateral stimulation. Now this could be tapping or walking, but it's in a rhythmic fashion. So I like to tell people, put both hands on the top of your knees, and then one by one, kind of like a butterfly flutter, you want to start tapping. One of the knees at a time, going back and forth rhythmically. This is bilateral stimulation. It can be very, very soothing and very grounding. Then there's the vagus nerve activation, or VNR. You can do things like humming. Yes, humming. It can be very grounding. Or actually running some cold water and splashing that cold water over your face. Maybe taking a cold shower, doing an ice plunge in cold water in a big bowl, which means you actually plunge your face into that bowl of ice water. This can actually reset your vagal nerve and cause your nervous system to get grounded. Then there's structured routines that create felt safety. These are all tools that I teach inside of my Roadmap to Recovery, and a plethora of so many more. These are tools that retrain your brain to recognize peace again. And beautiful, that's exactly what you need when you are dealing with symptoms that could be related to PTSD. Now here's your third one. Join a safe, trauma-informed healing community. Research confirms that community accelerates recovery. That means being a part of a sisterhood, women who get you, who see you, who understand you, who are experiencing the same things that you are experiencing and is seeking to heal from these things just like you are. This actually helps you to heal quicker. When women heal in isolation, the shame actually deepens. But when you heal in a safe faith-based group, you begin to co-regulate, you begin to have clarity, and you reconnect with yourself. That's why that 6-month group coaching experience for Christian women walking through betrayal trauma is so vitally important. And beautiful, this is your chance. While we launch the program July 7th, it's not too late. I've extended registration through July 15th, but after that, it's closed until January 2026. We are just in our welcome week, so now's your time. And if you know deep down inside you need structured guidance, a biblical foundation, and trauma-informed support to finally feel like you again, this is the sign you've been waiting for. So go below in the show notes, click on Roadmap to Recovery. It'll take you right where you need to be. All right, now let me just speak heart to heart with you for just a second, okay? PTSD might be a part of your present. I know it was a part of mine. I know I dealt with it terribly. I had many, many symptoms, and I went through 7 months of recovery, 7 strong months of different somatic techniques, EMDR, EFT, all kinds of things that really grounded me, helped me to reconnect back with myself, rewiring my brain, reconnecting back to God. And the same roadmap that I used is the same roadmap I'm sharing with you. And I can tell you that while PTSD was a part of my present for a while, it certainly didn't define my future, nor does it define yours. Science shows healing is possible. God's word says restoration is promised. And beautiful, your story isn't over. Now, you may feel like you're drowning in the pain right now, but you're not alone. And you are not beyond healing either. You are a daughter of the Most High God. And your trauma, it may have wounded you, but it does not, hear me loud and clear, it does not get the final word. Jesus does. So beautiful, now's your time. It's time for you to actually heal and be whole once again, to rise up from the ashes of the devastation of betrayal, and to walk into a beautiful destiny that God has always designed for you, whether your marriage heals or not. You are you. God designed you with a purpose. You still have purpose, and let's get you there. I pray today helped you. And I pray you've got some tools now to get you started. And if this episode helped you see your symptoms in a new light, would you do me a favor? Would you also share it with a friend that you know is also struggling? Because every time we get a review on the podcast, it helps other women find the hope they so desperately need, just like you found. And remember, Roadmap to Recovery closes July 15th. And your spot is waiting on you. Beautiful, you deserve healing now. Not someday, but now. Remember, you're loved, you're seen, and you're not alone. Until next time, this is your host, Lisa Limehouse, and this is Beauty Beyond Betrayal. Be blessed. Thanks for stopping by and spending a little time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's show and you found hope, healing, and encouragement. Please remember to subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. You can even screenshot this episode. You can share it out on Facebook and IG stories. This is how we get the message of hope and healing out to all women and couples who are in need of restoration after betrayal. And if you're ready to move out of that devastation and take the next step in your healing journey, well, make sure to reach out. Schedule your coaching session today. Until next time, love God, live your life passionately, and always choose joy in the midst of any circumstance that you may face. Cheers to you, beautiful.